which I wanted to bring this up with you. It's something I think you and I have disagreed upon in the past. When I wrote this article in the Leafs D, there's 4 guys that I have in the lineup in the playoffs, and it's Riley, it's Brody, it's Giordano, and it's McCabe. And we're trying to figure out the pairs and who should play the most ice time. Can Giordano play second pair minutes? Because I think he's at least one of their 4 best defensemen. We're talking about him as he's one of the 4 locks. Like, he's playing 19 and a half minutes.
Yeah. I don't want to run that night after night after night. He just does not have the legs. He doesn't have the quickness. He doesn't have the agility. He's got the heart. He's got the brain.
Yeah.
You know,
can he get you through one round like that? And then you say, okay, now we'll readjust and figure out what else we can do.
If everyone else is going, I think you could probably find a way to get away with that, but there's no longevity in that.
Like Gio McCabe as sort of a shutdown.
I don't necessarily like that you're in the last dozen games and he's sat all but one game out. I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. You know, it'll be interesting to see how that goes the rest of the way. Like I've said, I want to see what their playoff lineup looks soon. They got 12 games left at least. How about after this road trip? I'm going to dig in on that.
But
I'm ready to see their playoff lineup as of March 29th.
As Brad May will tell us in about 7 minutes, it's not good.
Well, it's not good.
That you're asking me if Gio can play top 4 minutes every other night in the Stanley Cup playoffs when that spot should have been to either a Liljegren or Sandin. That's what the development was for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one to ask.
That neither of those guys took a step in a way that made you
and
go,
now you got to go back to a 40-year-old and say, you play for us 20 minutes a night and be really good and solid. That's a tough one. Because,
I mentioned those 4 names are my 4 locks, and I mentioned Hall, being in there for me personally. And a little more fluctuation after that. But every time I come to this conversation where I'm like, he's one of your 4 best. How does he not end up playing one of your top 4 minutes? But I understand his age, and you don't trust his ability to continue that. Man, it'd be tough over an intense 7-game series, seeing if he could handle Kucherov and crew in Game 7 if he's a part of your shutdown pair.
Well.